What's up, y'all? 13 love, 13 wisdom, 13 knowledge, 13 respect. As I fly, they drew like the 9, Tory Yellow Bay. Summer big on mama, that's in the rules, snake ass sneaky niece. So, I'm sitting here and I'm just thinking about like how I'm watching these different commercials and stuff that come on YouTube. And I don't really watch TV, but I watch, commercials on YouTube. And, if I don't have to, I'll skip them. But nonetheless, I watch these videos and it made me think about like I was sitting there thinking to myself, like, people complain about a lot of stuff. Like they complain about, racism and so-called racism, so-called, all these different things. I mean, history, all these different things. And I watch these commercials, and because I'm someone who has, in my opinion, it's not in my opinion, it's doctors' opinions and shit too. Someone who has dealt with a lot of different streams of thought that have allowed me to see this world in a whole different way, in multiple ways, not just one, but a lot of different ways. I almost can say that I'm quantum to a point, because I am. For the most part, the way I think, there's not even a word for it. I mean, the closest thing I can think of to it is the big brain algorithm. It's the closest thing I can explain. And we all do this to degrees and levels on a daily basis. But because of our lack of awareness into what these things are, what these abilities are, or what these genetic markers that have been passed down to you to allow you to do certain things. All of us are in our genes. All of us have as human or spirits in human bodies. We all have a set programming, because ultimately the human race is a part of the animal kingdom, which we all know we are mammals. The human body is considered to be a mammal body, which mammals is one of the, animal species in the animal kingdom. It's mammals, so we're technically related to dolphins, whales, bears, all these different things we are kind of made up of. But whales and dolphins are a little different because they are like sea mammals. So, like our seals and stuff, these are sea mammals. So, just showing you, if those mammals are able and are existing with us, and they're able to live on land and water, then there must be some form of something in us that can allow us to do the same thing. And that's as far as I'm take that, But so there's the basic programming that is passed down genetically through all of us. We all have certain things that we just get. And then there's things that's activated in certain people, in certain bloodlines. And you can call those things extraterrestrials. Because Terra is another name for Earth. So a terrestrial is a being from the planet Terra, which is a Earthling, i.e. a Earthling, or i.e. a human. Feel me? So An extraterrestrial would technically only be a being from Earth with more or a more unique gift than the other Earthlings. See, these beings is what you could call them, like your empaths. These are like your dream walkers. These are your seers. These are your telekinesis practitioners. These are your Reiki masters. A lot of well, not necessarily Reiki, because Reiki everybody can learn that, but you know, I mean, you can learn. Everybody can learn all this stuff, but I'm talking about Reiki is something more you will get into after you've already discovered, you know, something within yourself that you like. You can feel energy and stuff like that. So Reiki is something that's like a byproduct of you having a natural ability, which is normally like an empathic ability, which you have developed, developed to actually start to not only feel energies but learn the difference between energies, which leads you down the path of understanding how to interact, you know, and interface and manipulate energies, you know, because a lot of everything down here in the physical realm is energy, you know. Once we leave outside of here and go into like higher realms and stuff, you know, it's a lot of other stuff besides energy. But energy is basically mostly consists of electromagnetic. So electricity is energy, a form of energy, and magnetism is a form of energy. But those are still the same energy on a different polarity. Y'all see a big ancestor came and hollered at me. But I was getting to a point before I go off and start rambling, because there's a lot of disclosures and little things people need to know before I start saying certain things so they can get an idea. Because of my interaction in life and my awareness, I realized that I just see certain programs that people are not even going to catch. Because because I was sitting here and I'm like, man, how are people not outraging about these commercials they putting out? Now I just seen another commercial, and basically this guy, he was like a big look like now to go watch the commercial. Look, I forgot, I think he's like a basketball player or something like that. Yeah, he is a basketball player. That big ass dude, he's like, looks like a Neanderthal. He got the big, you know what I'm saying? No bullshit. He clearly looks like. Then you have a small. He was melanated, but he was more of a mulatto. He was mixed. 9 times out of 10, his mom was probably white. I'm just being honest. In that industry, that's usually what it be. It don't usually be like it was just two light-skinned people come together, man. It does happen, but majority of the times, like, you know, J. Cole, it's a lot of people that you think light-skinned because their parents was light-skinned, and you find out, oh, your mom white. Yeah. They've been doing this for a long time. But anyway, so he's a mulatto. And he comes up and it's a goldfish commercial. And he was like, I got this big, he had like this huge bag of like goldfish because he's like a freaking giant. And then he tells the dude, like, he was like, no, you don't get my bag, you get Toby's bag. And he gave him Toby's bag. And Toby was like, oh, Toby's bag. He's like, huh, he liked it, right? Right? And he's like, yeah, it's Toby's bag because it's adorable. It's small and adorable, just like you. That's what he said, right? Now you see this commercial, and in the moment you may not catch what they just did though. But this is like another form of them implanting predictive programming. Like they constantly kind of reiterate like the same thing through these movies and shows, commercials. I mean, everything you see, billboards. Shit, goddamn it, even goddamn addresses, names on streets. I mean, it's everywhere. For real. Like, it's all over the place. No bullshit. Like, I don't know what to tell people because I'll be like, bro, I can see this shit. Like, it's like right in front of me. But I digress. And I'm saying this because what they just did is Now, right now, in everybody's mind, Toby is always known as the main character from Roots, who got his foot cut off, right? And then on top of that, he gave him like a little bag, like it was like a trinket, like symbolizing he had the wealth. Yo, you gotta now it can go. You can look at it as many different ways as you want. I'm just giving you one way, but go watch the commercial. This commercial's not long, but they put so much in it, and you have to understand and understand that your subconscious is picking up everything. Everything you missed, your subconscious got it for you. Subconscious is like your main man, got your back. 4 flats, no hat, no top on the Cadillac. That's the subconscious. Anything you miss, I mean, if you miss the texture of something, if you missed how that motherfucker smell, if you missed the girl go past and you ain't really get a good look on how her body look, your subconscious got the whole cerebral. It got the whole circumference. I'm trying to tell you, like, for real. So once you start interacting your consciousness, because you are not the conscious or the subconscious, you are the thing that's using these two devices, because these are like machines. There's a part of the body connected to the body, the mind, and the spirit, the soul. So, you know what I'm saying? Once you do that, you will start, your subconscious will see like that you're trying to do this. The subconscious computer, you got a conscious computer, you got a subconscious computer, do it like that. Subconscious computer is back, got all this in the front, this your frontal cortex, all this is just to interact with this world. But each part, you got a left side of your brain, you got a right side of your brain. Each part is broken down into 2 parts though. So really you got 4 pieces of brain that's connected into one at a root. That root is connected to your spinal cord, which connect all the neurons and everything going down your spine, all the way down to your back, right where your balls at. All that, it goes all the way down. Some even say this is the sperm cell. You know how you sperm and the tail? That's your damn head and your spine flowing through the wall. Oh, the reason though. Oh, man. I'm having too much fun. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. So all of that is 4 parts, 4 elements. You got the left side. Now, ironically, Dolo the Pilot Man talked about this too, but I've also seen and discovered this on my own. So we do, but great minds think alike. Anyway, so you got your left side of your brain. Your left side of your brain has a yin and yang side. Your right side of your brain has a yin and yang side. So really, what it's like the front of your brain, your right brain, is yin. The back dubla oblongata part of your brain on the right side is yang. The front is yang on the left side, and then it's yin on the back. Right side is dealing with fire and water. These two elements are the spiritual aspects of earth and water. Earth and air. And the reason they're more so considered the spiritual aspect is because like the fire, like the wind, fire, it grows and everything and stuff like that. But fire does not produce its own shadow, but it casts the light. So the fire is already kind of like in and out of this place. Water, on the other hand, can go into anything and become that thing. But if it's poured out, it becomes nothing. It could be, like Bruce Lee said, it could be as soft as a feather, or it can be hard and crash like a wall. This is why Bruce Lee was talking about that. But both of those aspects are a creative side. You see what I'm saying? Those elements are creative in how they do what they do. Now, don't get me wrong, Earth is too. But see, Earth is the yin element of the left side of the brain. So that's why you see nature, all the land and stuff, it grows just like in dances and creates. And even though it looks singular, it's spiral. Man, y'all know how nature look, man. Go look in the shit, man. You know what I'm talking about. So, and then, you airhead. That's why niggas call people airheads. You know, air is cool. You know what I'm saying? You talk, all that. You fast, you quick on your feet, everything, all that shit is cool. But you can fuck up because you miss a lot of shit. That's why you gotta have the earth to keep you balanced. Right? You know where the water and fire come in at? The water and fire come in. That's I ain't gonna go into that. This is ancient teachings. These concepts that I'm giving you should help you unlock your brain. And don't mind me because I'm laughing because I'm stupid, but I'm being for real. But this stuff is, this is how it's coming to me, so I gotta give it to you how it's coming to me. So, back to what I was saying about this nigga, and they call him Toby. He gave this nigga a goddamn trinket, bro, and called him Toby. Now, the seed they trying to plant in your head is to now start associating Toby with being something good. But there's a problem with that. You already got a seed in your head for Toby, that Toby is the goddamn slave, gets goddamn foot cut off. 400 years. I say 400 because every time people get 400, they know what you're talking about. But it's been past 400 years. But it's like it's been 2,000 years. The story since the back. Whoo! 16 minutes up for the finish up, yo. So, what's going to happen is later down the line, they try because they still trying to set this race riot up, right? But now they're trying to throw the Asians in there. So now you're starting to see Asians like really pop up in like different commercials and shows and shit like that. Like they been there, but like I ain't think about it. You ain't never really seen like a lot of Asians in commercials as like one of the main people. You know what I'm saying? You're starting to see this a lot more frequently, as well as with the new programming, with the that 19, that bill that's going on out here. The same thing with that. They got all your commercials. Now you got Axe commercials. Oh, he got the 6 feet. He got the fake arm with the gloves on and the mask on. They wasn't showing you that shit before the motherfucking corona happened. I mean, that bill came out and got the lime in it. So I'm just saying, you gotta be looking at some of this shit like, hold on, bro, what did you? And I see it every day, and if you pay attention, it's right after they'll say something. Like they'll say something. Then these niggas just got a commercial for you like that. Like, damn, nigga, you got a commercial ready? Kobe Bryant passing. Bro, how his documentary get made? So, bro, these niggas had a documentary for Kobe Bryant, like what? 20 hours? After he passed? Bro, don't no documentary take no 20 hours, G. That shit gonna at least take a few days. You gotta do editing. Just the editing alone is probably gonna take you at least a day. Probably longer than that. Because it all depends on how much you work. Because that shit gets stressful. Especially if you're making a whole documentary. Especially if they made some bro, like I'm talking about a few days. If you're making a 30-minute documentary. A 30-minute documentary, that's a lot of footage. You gotta understand these motherfuckers, by the time you getting all these 30-minute shows and shit like that, that should be like 18 hours worth of footage, bro. That don't be no 30-minute, that be like it might even be some days. Cause you see they putting multiple days. So you know what I'm saying? It's hours of footage, bro. Another story. Soon as all this stuff, bro, just start paying attention. It's happening too fast. Like, I mean, I can keep telling people pay attention, but those with eyes to see will see, and those ears to hear will hear. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can say. And those with ears to see and eyes to hear, well, you already feel me. You already see what I'm saying. You feel me? I was going to do the Uncle L word. Well, let me in. Don't do that. That's why I didn't want to say that. I was like, let me stop for motherfucking stop. But for real, like, not that part, but for real, like, people start looking at, like, your shows. If you gonna watch the news, motherfucker, watch the news. Listen to what they said. And then Do like real researchers do, or do like real detectives do. Try to prove that they not doing what they say they doing. Let me rephrase that. Try to prove to yourself that everything that you assume that they're doing, if you're someone who's already into like conspiracies and things like that, try to prove that that's not what's going on and see what you got. And if you're somebody who just watched the news, start really paying attention to what they say. Like, listen to the shit that they be saying. They contradict themselves all the time. You know what I'm saying? They'll contradict themselves, but at the same time, they'll fucking, you know, they'll demonetize YouTubers and shit like that. They'll fucking do all types of shit to YouTubers and shit. But you up here telling motherfuckers they can't talk about something, but at the same time, nigga, you don't even know what it is. If you knew what it was, you would have had the cur. But you ain't got the cur. So that means you don't really know what it is. And if I'm not mistaken, anybody can have a goddamn theory. So you can't just be getting rid of motherfuckers talking about, oh, that's false. Nigga, they don't even know if they shit false. How you gonna tell somebody else that, bro, these motherfuckers, that's what I'm talking about, use common sense. Hold on, nigga, you only practicing. You practice medicine. Okay, so you still practicing, my nigga. So that means you're not an expert. I don't give a fuck if you do have doctor on your shit. If you say you practice medicine, nigga, you practicing. My ancestors wasn't practicing. They was creating shit. George Washington Carver wasn't practicing. He was making shit. Think, man. 13 love. Rise up, fly high, say true like the nines. Pray a little bit. I'm out.